Hi, I'm Mark Walker. I'm editorial director here at the Fintech Times, and we're here at Money 2020 in Amsterdam, and we're here with Aaron. Perhaps you could introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Sure. My name is Aaron. I'm the CEO and founder at Kani.
Fantastic. So maybe let's start off with some really interesting news that you've had recently, which obviously you've been selected by Mastercard into their Start Path Global program. Mm-hmm. What's that going to actually do for you as an organisation?
So first of all, we're delighted, and we want to say a big thank you to Mastercard for selecting us. I think there's over 1,500 applications per year, so to be selected as one of the 8 for this cohort, we're really excited about. What we're finding is that Mastercard are really helping us to work on our product. So we've already been able to use the Mastercard Developers API to start adding new features to the platform that will benefit our customers. But they've also been really supportive in terms of expanding out our potential sort of customer network that we can speak to, and just generally supporting us in terms of our growth trajectory. So some really good advice on how we could work with Mastercard more closely to deliver a really good product.
Okay, so thinking about expansion, what is on the cards? Where's the growth coming from, and where are you looking to go?
Yeah, so we've had probably almost unexpected international success. Our plan was really to kind of focus initially on Europe. We've actually found that we've now got customers live in 5 different continents. So we're scaling very rapidly internationally, looking to open an office in North America later this year to support that North American growth. And really what we found is that we can also capitalize on a reseller model. So we've just signed a contract with a major sort of US consulting firm that works with over 600 financial institutions. So they're now going to be reselling our platform to customers in the US. So really at the minute, the challenge for us is keeping up with demand.
I was going to say, it's really interesting growth sort of stage when there's so much opportunity. How do you kind of balance everything you want to do, but obviously no one's got unlimited resources?
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, we're 3.5 years old as a company at this stage. We've been very sort of customer led by the features that they wanted to see, as well as the sort of expertise that we brought into the business. So we're essentially building the platform we wish we had when we worked at the companies where our customers are now. I think the main thing has just been listening to our customers. I mean, that's the number one thing that we need to focus on. They're very good at telling us what's needed and where the gaps are in their payment operations, and we want to be there to fill that gap.
Okay, so for a long time there was a lot of talk of marketplaces and things like this, and now the new sort of terminology is more platform. So obviously that's, as a SaaS platform, you've really taken that on board. Is that what's been enabling you to grow so significantly and so quickly? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I think one of the things that we've really found is that, especially with the sort of emergence of more suppliers in the fintech chain, what companies are doing now is that they're being, rather than sort of building in-house, they're selecting partners to work with. That has naturally led to a requirement for platforms like ours that aggregate data across all those different platforms and give them a common view over all that data. So I think certainly you'll see the emergence of more platforms like us in the next few years.
And thinking about data, obviously everyone's talking about data these days. Data inefficiencies is obviously where you play. What sort of the key areas and the key areas of inefficiency that you tackle?
Surprisingly, even in 2022, some major inefficiencies around reporting and reconciliation. What we're finding is that each processing platform tends to have its own proprietary output. Banks obviously have not fully standardized their data, so data in Swift MT940, CAMP53 files, CSV files. Payment gateways have all their own interfaces. Card schemes have their own proprietary outputs. And there isn't one easy way to get a consolidated view over all that data, understand customer behavior, and crucially reconcile and make sure all the money is where it's supposed to be at the right time. So I think it's really critical that companies think about how they can optimize the way that they're using that data, making sure that it's used for accurate and timely reporting and reconciliation, because it's an essential function of any fintech business.
Absolutely. And maybe for my final question, obviously we're on day 3 now, Money 2020. It's been a long couple of days. Yeah. What's been your sort of standout moment over the last 2 days?
I mean, the entire event's been fantastic from start to finish. We've been flat out busy at the stand. Nice to sit down actually, first time in a while. I think the highlight has really just been the opportunity to network. We've been catching up with some of our partners like Global Processing Services, customers like PaySafe and Railsbank and EML that are at the conference, and then we've managed to talk to a lot of companies that are interested in speaking to us. And also credit to to some of the speakers, and I was just watching Darren from Mastercard on stage before. He's doing a really interesting talk. So yeah, that was really good.
And really interesting bombshell you mentioned earlier. Rouse Bank dropped the bank. They're not a bank anymore. It's our Rouser.
Yes, yeah. We'll have to update our branding in the platform for them. But yeah, they're absolutely flying. And to their credit, they were a Mastercard Start Path cohort member themselves. So we're following in good footsteps there.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us here at the Fintech Times.
Yeah, thank you.